Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we hopped over on the test server. I'm going to check out a couple new things that are coming with the patch. I know the patch is not going to be live until Tuesday. Had a little issues with Streamlabs a little bit ago, so I think everything should be good and the stream should be up and running now from what I'm seeing. So on the test server, we do have the brand new hero, which everyone is super stoked about. Most players are saying on both Discord and Reddit that he is going to be super broken, which it seems Ulard or Elard, however you want to pronounce it. It seems like it is going to be really, really broken. What's going on, Kenneth and Minty? Thanks for joining me. So we'll go ahead and we'll check him out a little bit. We can actually get him for free, so you can actually pick him right up. And then we'll see some of his abilities, see how well he works. So essentially with the signature item and the furniture, with him being a mage, he is very, very strong when it comes to the crowd control, the shielding aspect. So a lot of his abilities, even though he is a mage, they are essentially similar to Lorzen is the way that I see it, with the shielding effect of what's going on. Plus with his furniture gives this immunity. This is what a lot of people are talking about today. When the ability Sanctimony, which is his ultimate ability, is used the first time, the damage immunity effect of the next Prayer of Protection will include all allies, which again is very, very powerful. When you look at Prayer of Protection, you can be immune to all damage on the battlefield. Yes, Cecilia's brother. It seems like they are definitely going with the light bearer look here, fitting in exactly with everybody else. And then of course with the signature item, creating massive shields while boosting attack rating. This is going to work perfectly for the farthest forward ally, meaning him and Cecilia will be an absolute monster to deal with, because if he gives a 40% bonus to Cecilia on the enemy side, as well as a solid shield, it is going to be massive, a big buff. I could see it with Athalia. I could see it with a lot of different heroes that could be very, very strong. What's going on, Adele and Javid? In Simpin Chimpin. Yeah, he looks like a cult leader. He's got his little key right there. But very, very cool overall. We seen him a little bit today when we ran him in the arena. The arena is up, so we're actually going to do that a little bit later. But I want to pick him up and see just how strong he is. So out of the event, he should be here to pick up now. Vault of Time is up, guys. A lot of people have been asking over and over, when is the vault going to be up? The vault is up. The Abyssal Expedition is up. Not open yet, but it is up, which we can look at it in just a moment. Here it is, guys. So the available rewards remain the same. So right there, the 50 red chests, the 9,000 emblems, the honorable rewards. With this, if you're going honorable requires a 3,000 gem diamond investment. So when you do enroll, if you do want to do honorable, it is 3,000 gems. Casual is just nothing. You can actually go right in there. Honorable is, you're going to focus a lot more on it when you get to the Abyssal Expedition. It is going to be your main focus. It's time consuming. That's really the big thing, is it is very time consuming to go into the Abyssal Expedition. It does take a significant amount of time for the same reward. So ultimately, it's your choice. It's your choice with what you want to do. Ullard and Cecilia, yeah, I think that absolutely, Javid. What's going on, Polo Mike and Pluto? Yeah, I was looking at that earlier, Javid. I was thinking, what heroes go right on the enemy side? We have Kelthar, we have Athalia, we have Cecilia. A couple of really solid heroes that I think are going to really work well, but also the heroes that kind of do a pushback. So when you look at the synergy between, let's say, a Scrag and a Titus, which are both going to push solid backline, especially Scrag. If Scrag with his furniture built allows more attack rating, more mitigation, plus energy regen on the enemy side, combined with Ullard buffing the hero that's over there, whether it be Scrag, whether it be another hero, seems like it's going to be very, very strong. How often do the updates go live? Usually on Tuesday. Usually hatred. It's about 5 days, and then we see it come over to the global side. So usually within about a week. So here we will pick up our loot right there. The other big thing, of course, is the artifact. So the brand new artifact is here for the support classes, which there is very, very cool looking. It's such a cool looking design. But here, looking at this artifact is the other interesting one. Brand new artifact, which if you've been saving all of your artifact fragments, like I had said, you can level up this artifact. It is going to be very, very strong overall. I just got it unlocked. Should I go honorable? Kevin, if you just have it unlocked, you'll be able to make a considerable amount of progression in there. But you probably won't make the last two, essentially the last two. You won't make the Prince title. Very, very hard, especially when your heroes don't have the levels. Because essentially with the Abyssal Expedition, for everything over 240, every 10 levels gives you one more level in the Abyssal Expedition. So if you're relatively new, yeah, it might be very, very difficult for you to go. Which AE side is Celerity? So Poa, it is completely different. So it is going to be completely different when it comes to this Abyssal Expedition, which again, we're going to have to see what it's going to look like. So essentially for this Abyssal Expedition, and we'll just go over it really quick and then we'll check out the artifact. So for this Abyssal Expedition, a lot of players have said that it is going to be many teams. So there's going to be 3 or 5 man teams that are going to work towards a common objective. Those 3 or 5 man teams are going to work essentially towards an ultimate objective as you continue through the Abyssal Expedition. So the left and the right Polo Mike might not be either at all, depending on exactly what you have or where you're at. It might not be that at all. It might be completely different than what we've known in the past. Because essentially, so what I've heard, and I'll just share with you because I do Reddit, I do Discord, is there's going to be the same. It's going to be the entire guild up to, I think, 70 players going in there. With the 70 players going in, they're going to be broken into teams. Now, we don't know if that means that you're going to be able to break into your own teams, if you're going to separate it, if it is just going to essentially add you in to a team that's already available. We don't know that part of it yet. We've seen pictures of the boss that is coming with it, which looks very, very cool. It's Aziz and he's kind of like leash, so I don't know exactly what that means. If it's going to be one boss, if it's going to be more than one boss, time will tell exactly what it's going to look like. And also if Celerity is going to be the way to go. Since the Abyssal Expedition has been released, Celerity has been the way to go if you don't have other heroes built. But we know the last one we had to switch between mages and Celerity to bring down both bosses, which again might not be the case this time. Again, it very, very difficult to know exactly what's going on. So let's get back to the artifact. So the Seraphic Tide. This one provides HR, as we know, health regeneration. So this is going to be a heal over time. These are the stats that they brought in from the Abyssal Expedition, which had the crit amplification, the crit resistance, the health regeneration. A lot of these stats are relatively new to AFK Arena, but they are definitely getting there. But looking at the ability itself, so generates water orbs the first 2 times that the wielder's ultimate ability is used. Meaning that 2 ultimate abilities, this is going to generate water orbs. Once it is done with those first 2 times, it is completely done. So the artifact power will no longer work at this level. Water orbs can bounce between both non-summoned allies and allied allies up to 3 times. So essentially, you get water orbs. Interesting thing is it doesn't say how many there are, which I guess that's the part that is going to make a big difference. Is how many there are. So when it generates water orbs for the first 2 times, we don't know if it's 2 orbs, 3 orbs, 4, 5, whatever it may be, but the orbs are going to bounce between enemies and allies. Allies that are struck will have health recovery and wielder's attack rating and gain haste points over 6 seconds. Enemies struck will be dealt damage and lose haste points over 6 seconds. So again, it's only going to be, is it 2? I don't have this far enough to unlock it. So if it's only 2 orbs, it might only be 2 orbs or it might be more. But again, This artifact seems like it's going to be a little bit of RNG, but also it could be super, super powerful. If you look at the level 3, water orbs are generated the first 3 times the wielder's ultimate ability is used, enhanced to 3 stars to unlock. I cleared chapter 26 with Damon, resonating crystal level 240 only. It's getting there, Minty, once you start getting above 240, because essentially when you enter the Abyssal or the Abyssal Expedition, you'll start at 240. Every 10 levels above 240, you'll get another one. What's going on, Anthony? Thank you for joining us. So with this artifact, one of the big things that I kind of thought about is when you think of the God tier comp and knowing how powerful the God tier comp is, this is going to have 4 heroes that could possibly equip this item that super cycles their ultimate ability, meaning you are literally going to have orbs everywhere for the most part of the battle. What class is the artifact? It is support, Javid. So it's going to be, I really think it's going to be super, super OP, especially if you're running multiple support. I can see it where you're running Tassie and you're running Aziz. Support classes, Taylene support, Twin support. A lot of the support classes in here, the artifact seems like it's going to be very, very OP, and that's what people have been saying. If you're running Silas, he already brings a big attack buff with a plus 30 signature item. Nemisu with the totems, adding in his little orbs. The twins, Rowan, Rose. It's going to be absolutely crazy when it comes to this artifact. I think it's really going to probably be crazy. It's honestly going to be crazy with support. What's going on, Elemental? So especially a lot of the formations that run heroes, such as like Rowan and Taylene, that the formations usually always run those heroes. It just seems like it's going to be super, super powerful. Again, we don't know how many, I don't know if anyone here knows how many orbs that artifact is going to run or is going to use, but it seems like it is going to be very, very cool. Heroes like Namora, heroes like Rain, seems like it's going to be a very, very solid support artifact overall. Remember, guys, we still have one more. We have one more artifact that is still yet to come out. So very, very soon we will see the very last artifact, which I believe is for, because we have the 2 here, we have the tank artifacts, we have the mage artifacts support. It is the ranger. This is really big because remember, the rangers are, for a majority of this game, the most powerful heroes in the game. In addition, they are the heroes that most players have and we have the most of. When you look at rangers themselves, we have a ton of rangers, especially when you run down the list of rangers themselves. Pharrell, Iran, Leica, Cecilia, Gwen, Lucretia, Kren, Respin. There are so many heroes, especially when it comes to the dimensionals, which I just have Eins on here. But you also do have all of the dimensional heroes, which are going to be rangers. So we have 1 artifact left. Again, that's why I recommend it, and I've been saving on my accounts all of our little artifact fragments. These actually class exclusive to see once we get this round done of artifacts. I do not know if there's going to be another one, but this is going to be the point when I start using my fragments, is after we get the final artifact for the ranger class. It's going to be very, very cool to see. It's good for people that don't heal as much as others. It might, depending on the haste, Polo Mike, and that's what I want to see. Because remember, it not only does damage, but it also does, I think we got a chest in here, but it also does a considerable amount of haste. So if you have your main heroes actually out there attacking, it is going to give them a haste boost as well as do damage. Again, I don't know how many orbs there are. It's going to be very interesting. And especially heroes like Taylene. I think Taylene is going to be an absolute monster with this new item, because remember, she is going to be in the front line and she is going to be face to face with the heroes, meaning that she is not only going to have another hit point regeneration through the artifact, is she's going to be able to do more damage. Exactly. My main account has all Leica to Ascended, but missing 2 Iran. Worst select summons, or is it better to ascend Leica if my main crew is Eins? Iran you'll use, Elemental. Iran you will definitely work. it's worth doing the select summons for Iran. Make sure you got Solus built. Solus is going to be good. Grez is going to be good. A couple of heroes that you really, really have to build. Here we have Solus built all the way up to the plus 30. Again, this is the test server, guys. Don't put that much time and effort into this, but it's very, very cool. Yeah, the light bearer looks absolutely amazing. So again, the Abyssal Expedition is coming as well, which again is going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see it. We have another 2 days, so we'll go ahead and we'll enroll. And you know what? We're going to go honorable on this one. Boom. There we go. And let's see, I think we have a couple desired summons, so I want to see, or let's try the new hero. We're not going to get enough copies to use him in here, so let's see. We got him out the trial. And this one, again, I had their Merc and Inoki. So this one we've actually been running Chimera. So this has been kind of our main carry through the entire thing. So there is our new light bearer. Thinking probably a tank and Rowan. And I know he didn't come with any artifact, but it looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and we'll slow it down and see exactly how. So he comes out shielded. Remember, they gave him a plus 25 signature item on this one. So the most forward, I think he shielded Lucius. But it seems like this is going to be a really strong team. I just want to see where his damage is at. Can't wait to build a Lard. Look forward to the Abyssal guide when it's out. Oh, thank you, MD. If we can kill Mahira here. Well, he's keeping the shield up the whole time. So he's got the immunity. It looks like he's double shielded in there. We're just going to run out of time on this one. Boom, there's the ultimate. So 32, 5 million. So not too much there. I mean, he's got a plus 25 signature item, 3 stars. Let's try it one more time. This is the stage we were stuck at last time, where we were stuck. I have to go get some sleep. Yeah, Javid, go get some sleep. I know it's probably, I think, 5:30 in the morning where Javid's at. I know it's super, super late. But boom, there was his ultimate ability, which seemed to take out a lot of people. See, 3.8. That is kind of what I was worried about. I know it's not my hero. I know he's not built. But I definitely want to try him out a couple times. Maybe if we swap out Lucius, let's drop Iran in here. See, I think we've gotten to the point here where this Chimera carry is not going to be might not be enough. If we can double ult like that, pretty good. But it looks like you got the immunity up there, which Chimera's the forward. But it's going to be can't kill me here again. It looks like a disco priest, yeah. Looking to save resources to power level to finally make some headway in chapter 32. Currently at 350. Hyatt, I would just kind of go little by little. There's no reason to power level because essentially you're going to hinder a little bit of your progression to save for a month or two from progression, because essentially even where you're at is you're going to get more resources essentially from every stage you complete. So pushing a little bit further would probably be pretty beneficial. Yeah, Mahira is just a pain in the butt. Which again, it seems like overall, I like his immunity. You're going to have to, it seems like you're going to have to run him with a pretty strong team. It seems like overall, because he's not going to do that much damage by himself, I'm going to definitely have to run him with a pretty strong team. You know what? Let's try Pharrell. Just because I like the crowd control that he possesses. And Pharrell is a hero that is just, through the entire game, Pharrell has just always been an absolute monster. See, and even there, it's the power of Pharrell. It's going good, HK. How are you? Out of curiosity, with the new Lightbearer, assuming you have him at 39 of 9, having Alna, Lucreta, Silas, and another hero. Does it make an invulnerable comp? Yeah, Robert, it definitely could. And a lot of people have said that. There's a lot of people have said it seems like it's going to be really, really broken with his abilities, depending on the combination, because essentially, especially if you have like Lucretia, when Lucretia pushes forward, he can provide immunity for her. He can provide a lot of buffs. He can provide shields for her. There's going to be no way, especially if you have an entire team on her, that she's going to die. You throw all in the mix. Very, very powerful. Giving Lucretia added buffs, giving Lucretia added shields, added abilities. It seems like it's going to be crazy. Then you throw in the support artifact of running it on Solus, running it on a couple of heroes. Again, it seems like it's going to be pretty broken. And that is what a lot of people have been saying about the new hero. I hope they don't go ahead and change it or nerf it, whatever, before he gets to the live servers, essentially, or where we actually get to see him and use him. Is it worth or fun starting on older servers where I had an account? Smile Freak, if you start on older servers, one of the big disadvantages right now on the older servers is when it comes to PvP, you're required to have more teams on older servers. So if you ever wanted to compete in the Legends Championship, you won't be able to, because the older servers will require more teams. The older servers require 5 teams, essentially. Flora or Monkey? Honestly, out of those two, I like Flora. Flora does have to have a pretty specific team, which is what a lot of people really don't like about Flora to make it work. Wukong seems very, very powerful. We're building him right now on the pay-to-win account, but Wukong definitely seems very, very powerful. I like both of them. I'm building Wukong right now, Elliot. What's going on? Good morning and good night from Singapore. Yeah, I like Wukong. Like I said, Wukong is the one I'm building right now, just because he doesn't require quite... He doesn't require the specific team comp that Flora does. Flora requires Taylene or Thorin, Alna, anyone who can kind of buy her time. Wukong can fit into a lot of different formations, which is nice. You think they'll ever put other dimensionals in the store like they did Arthur? Camden, we've talked about that. So we've talked about them putting other heroes in the store for Arthur, or when you buy Arthur, I would like to see... I don't know if they're going to do it because of the contracts. That's really the big thing to remember. And there, so here, 2,037,000. So Chimera still carrying it. Chapter 28. The big thing, Camden, with the heroes is the dimensional heroes are in collaborations with other companies. That's where Lilith gets them from. They usually have contracts that they run the hero for a certain amount of time. That is the reason Lilith has said they might never bring them back. So you might not see those heroes again. Essentially, the Yukio, the Eins, Albedo, all of them, you might not see them actually come back to AFK Arena because the contract has expired. Robert Cole, new member. Thanks for joining the Hippo Squad. I just got here. How's it going from Brazil? What's going on, Oliver? Thank you for joining us, Robert. Absolutely awesome. Just making some slow progression through here. Again, a lot of questions and answers today. Patches up on the test server. It's going to go live probably Tuesday. We've always seen them historically going up on Tuesday. Last one came up on Saturday, which I think they did because of the Chinese New Year and the events that were going on. But overall, very, very cool patch. There's a lot more changes that are coming with AFK Arena. And of course, the big thing is the Abyssal Expedition is up again. Right now, we just registered for it a couple minutes ago. So it is up. I like he comes out with a shield. So I wonder, even running Ullard in the front, because he comes straight out with a shield. And it seems like he shields himself a second time within the shield. So we could even try him up front, which I'm going to go ahead and try that. So again, Chimera Rose combo. Free to play. This is why I always say to build up Chimera. Chimera is so strong with the carry. So in here, I'm hoping Athalia burned him out. Udulard up front lived. Even there, we don't have any damage left to kill anybody, but we'll just stun him to death or just fade out. Who should I SI first? Solus or Iran? Great day, I would go with Solus. I would absolutely go with Solus. Big thing with Solus is he's still used for a considerable amount of boss fights, especially if you're earlier game, which I believe, Great Day, you are a little bit earlier. It's going to make a really, really big difference having Solus out early, because you're not going to have Grez, you're not going to have him at 9 of 9, you're not going to have a lot of the heroes essentially to support Grez. So right now it is going to be Solus. Solus is going to be the one you want to build. And he's used in the campaign. He's used in pretty much all of the Trials of God. We've seen him a lot, every single Abyssal Expedition. There's a lot of different places that Solus does really, really well. And see, he's doing pretty well with the shield. I mean, they didn't even get through his shield yet. But when they got through his shield, they killed him out. But Shamira can still take this down. Do you see Udulard being prevalent in late game or just another? Slinky Winky, I think he is actually going to be late game because of the immunity that we've seen. Same with Alna with her immunity, especially with the forward most ally giving a shield and a 40% attack buff. It is huge. That is a massive, massive buff, especially if you have heroes like Lucretia. You can put him in the team comp with her. She can run forward, actually get the shield, which again will be very, very powerful. It seems like it's going to be very cool. What's going on, Mundo? Thank you for joining us. Is the new AE ranked or just beta? I don't know yet, HK. I have to see when I get in there. My thought is it's going to be beta. I didn't see anything. We can actually look real quick. It looks like Rose is going to lose this one for us here. It is beta. And I thought it would be beta. So essentially they run one beta to kind of figure everything out. And then the next two, they run an actual scoreboard frame, stuff like that. So this will be the beta coming up on the test server. A couple more days, it'll be on live for the Vault of Time. Remember, guys, there's two options here, honorable and casual. I really feel if you're going to put time and effort into it, honorable is the way to go. Playing with other players that essentially are going to spend diamonds, put time and effort into it. If not, just go casual. Either way, this one you just get the bonus 3,000 diamonds, because remember, it does take 3,000 diamonds to get into honorable. How long are you streaming today? Usually about an hour, Mundo. We're about 28 minutes in. We usually keep it about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and drop the new hero into the wish list here since we already have Lucius already maxed out. So we'll go ahead and we'll do some summons in here. We have Kren, we have Respin in here. They've been putting out a lot of heroes. Remember also that Lilith said 2. 2 was the magical number that they said would be allowed, or the amount of heroes they would release was 2. So they released 2 this month. Lilith said no more than 2 heroes in a single month. We just have to see and hold them to that. So a couple summons here. This just kind of accumulates. Again, this is the test server. So we don't run this that often. There's another copy of Solus for us. And I think I'm going to build the twins. I don't think we have the twins built here. Yeah. Oh, no, we do have the twins. Twins are already at Mythic. So we'll just go for Taylene. We'll go for Taylene in the shop, and we'll do a couple more summons here. Which we got Wilders. We'll go Wilders. We still need Respin. And an Elite right there. Very nice. What do you think about Lilith reducing the difficulty in Chapter 34? I like the reduction, Dark. The big thing that I don't like... There's Respin again. The big thing I don't like is when they did a bunch of chapters. So essentially they're doing, I believe, chapter 34 to 36. So they're going to they're going to really nerf a lot of the chapters. So if you're in 34 now, essentially you'll be able to make a considerable amount of progress because they're nerfing multiple chapters. I believe it was 3 chapters, 2 or 3 chapters that they're nerfing with this patch. Are you playing AE on all accounts? No, Hills, I do not. What's going on, Zorathian? I play the Abyssal Expedition on the test server, especially because it's a different time when it comes out and everything of that nature. But I play on the main account, the Insomnia account, and I play on the Furry Hippo account, the Pay to Win account, are the only two that I do. All of the faction accounts I do not play on. And the new Pay to Win, the very new one with the Hippo Shack is not far enough to get in there yet. So we got 45 cards. We have Taylene here. Still never seen in my life the 30,000 diamonds. So we might see it, and it'll be funny if it's on the test server. But let's see what we can get. There is Taylene, guys. Still building her out. She is just still an absolute mega hero. Final summon, another copy of Taylene. So not bad. 2 out of 45 cards. So we use 40 cards, 2 copies of Taylene. Quite a few relics there. And then this one, we're going to go ahead and thinking just do summons. I would do the select summons, but really there's no one we're looking for. Solus is already built. So we'll just do the cheaper version because, again, all of the new heroes we could definitely use because now they are all in the heroic ship as well. That's the other big thing is they are all in the heroic ship. So as we get elites, if we unlock any, we'll actually be able to get them in the ship. And there's a copy of Inoki. So if anyone on the test server needs Inoki, come on in. What's going on, Monty? AE on multiple accounts is hell. Most I can do is 3. Yeah, that's what I keep. I keep the Abyssal Expedition limited just because I don't want to just kind of half-ass it on a bunch of different accounts. I want to really go ahead and focus on the accounts that we want to make the most progression on. There is another copy of Taylene. We got a copy of Inoki in there and some more fodder. So here we got, not too bad. She is getting there little by little, guys. Legendary Plus. Remember, on the test server, it is free to play as well. We don't put anything into this one. So this one, we were just leveling up. And then I think that'll just about do it for the test server. I bought the Taylene skin that got her from Stones, and now she's legendary. Very nice, Kevin. Yeah, Taylene, again, it is just an absolute superpower. She is still remains the most powerful hero in the game by a long shot. Just absolutely solid hero. Got the campaign, finished a couple more chapters or a couple more stages there. It'll give us one more quick summon, and then we'll hop over to the pay to win account. But guys, I just wanted to check out all of the new. Is there a new AE map? Yes, I have heard there is a new AE map. So this one is going to be completely different. Even the design, the layout, everything, as far as I have heard, is going to be completely different for this Abyssal Expedition. Yeah, I do like the new hero. The new hero seems very cool. It seems like they might have to adjust some of his abilities because he's very strong, especially with specific team comps. I can see him 100% changing PvP because of the immunity, the buffs that he doles out, but also the campaign quite a bit with the immunity is going to be very cool to see. Do I PM you, Hippo, or how do I do from not getting kicked out of the guild? Best thing is Discord, Kenneth. If you hit me up on Discord, I can take note of it. All my Discords stay in there. Majority of the time, I don't look at chat because I run through a lot of different accounts. So overall, I really don't look at chat that much, but Discord, I always focus on. So let's go ahead. We will switch this one over. And this one, we were doing a little bit of PvP there. But we haven't done really much on this. So a lot of people have asked about the refreshes. I refresh this 3 times every single day. So we do the 50 diamonds, we do the 80 diamonds, I do the 100 diamonds, and that is where we stop. Big thing I want out of here is, of course, the class exclusive artifacts, but you also get your tier stones, which are the choice chests, and you get mythic gear out of here. But that is because I am on VIP 15. If you're under VIP 15, if you're roughly 8 to 12 or 8 to 14, refreshing 3 times a day is good. But if you do any more than that, you're going to be losing essentially some of the value in the diamonds there. What's the best fifth unit for the Eins comp? I have Eins, Albedo, Arthur, Rowan, and I switch out the fifth depending on the campaign stage. The fifth is usually Taylene, but she doesn't do too much for me. A lot of people in their bull claws will go with Ezio, because essentially what will happen is Ezio has a timer with his ultimate ability. As we know, the Eagle Vision. Eins will get them to a point. Well, when Eins uses the ability, the goal of all life is death, which is this one, it'll take 50% of their current health. So if Eins has already done damage to a target, now they lose 50%. A majority of the time, that percentage that they lose will bring them within Ezio's kill range, allowing him to kill essentially multiple targets very, very quickly. For the current Twisted Realm boss, do I need Mortis to be high ascended? Paula, you just need Mortis. So when you look at Mortis, Mortis does not need his signature item. He does not need his furniture. Doesn't really need to be built. You want him to buff the other 4 heroes, and then he can die. Really doesn't make a difference. As long as he can buff those 4 heroes, you are absolutely perfect. That's what happens to a lot of players. He'll buff the 4 main heroes, and then he dies because he does not buff himself. But once he dies, that's pretty much it. That's the use of Mortis. Make sure you have Mortis, guys, and make sure you have Mortis at least to Elite Plus. With Elite Plus heroes, you can put them into the Abyssal Expedition. So if they are lower than Elite Plus, they cannot go in the Abyssal Expedition. And essentially, you're going to lose out if he is a hero, just like last time, where you have to use them because of the strength that he brings to teams. So make sure you're building them just a tiny bit, but there's no reason to really max them out. You don't have Ezio. Some of the other ones, yeah, Leica works really good with that combination. A lot of people put Leica in there because Leica offers a lot of debuffs with that combination. So running them with Eins, I like running Eins with Nara, because essentially between here is I can swap these heroes where I need them to go in the formation, and I can swap Nara where I need Nara to go. So essentially if I want Nara here, we can swap it to the top, because if there's a hero particularly that I want to grab on the other side, you could go ahead and pick them up. Another hero that works really well in this combination is Isolde, of course, because he brings the buff, but Pharrell does really, really well because of the crowd control. So essentially, you're buying time for Eins to ult. That is really what you want to look at. If you buy more time for Eins to ult, that's exactly what he'll do. He'll ult and destroy everything. Is Twins E plus or Mortis E plus more important? Twins. The Twins are the first hero. Honestly, they are the first hero by far that players should be taking up to Mythic because of their signature item. But the Twins have a unique ability that nobody else has. Similar to Taylene. Taylene, when she dies, she's resurrected. The Twins with the haste buff, they're used everywhere. Literally, they're used in the Abyssal Expedition. They're used in the campaign. They're used in the Twisted Realm. A lot of people use them in the lab. Even when it comes to the Trials of the Peaks of Time, the Voyage of Wonders, even when you look at the Trials of God, most people use the Twins everywhere. They absolutely use them in every aspect of the game, which is crazy that one hero has that much utility, but most people do. So here we've been building Wukong. He's at 28. I believe that's where he's stuck right now. 2 more and will have his plus 30 signature item. So in the last 2 weeks, we took him from, I believe, plus 8 to plus 28. So he definitely got there out of that last event. So it's very, very cool to see. We have a couple summons here. Remember, we finished out Kren. So he is done. He is all the way to Ascended. So now it is Respen. Even though we know the new hero is coming, desired heroes are going to be Respen. He is in here. So I'm hoping with the diamonds we got that we can pull a couple copies. I'm a free-to-play player. Is there any way to get more scrolls and diamonds? Ed, honestly, it just takes time. If you're doing the dailies, if you're doing the weekends or the weeklies, if you're doing the Peaks of Time, you're doing the the tower, running the tower consistently, going through the peaks of time, doing the Voyage of Wonder, everything you do can get you more diamonds. It just takes time. Making sure that you're doing the bounty board, always maximizing your bounty board, getting everything out of there. It will just takes time, honestly. Especially the Arcane Labyrinth. Make sure you're doing that every 2 days. All right, so we got Respin, guys. We need 2 copies of Respin, which double copies, guys. Double. We only had to spend 3,000. Boom. That is awesome. That is the desired for this week. Very, very cool. 30 more emblems there, which we've been using on Flora, but that is all 6 of them for this week. So we still have 10 days for the reset. Very excited we got that. That was very, very cool to see. 18 scrolls here, so we'll go ahead and use these. A little bit more food. And we have 1 faction scrolls, which for the Wilders we could still do because we're still looking for Respin. A little bit more food there, but we might be able to build him up a little bit. I just got into chapter 20. I only bought Joker a few days ago and it's helping. Yeah, Joker is very, very tough, especially if you're running him earlier game, Ed. The Joker will do very, very well. Even if you don't have Queen, Joker himself will do well. So here we're still looking for Orthos. Orthos is a hero that I have never built. I definitely want to. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do 3 summons out of here. Still trying to build Orthos. We got him, I believe, to Legendary already. Or no, we got him to Mythic. We already got him up to Mythic. All right, so let's see what we get out of here. First one, just a couple more resources, which is okay. We still need resources. Look, stargazing for Verk. How many people are stargazing for Verk? That Eru stargaze for Verk. It's as funny as going for Brutus. So we got a, not too bad. We got a Mythic Wilder, which is good. And look at that, 15 fragments here, 15 fragments there. Very, very nice pull, even though it was not the hero. I know, stargazing for Verk. All right, so 5,000 diamonds, our last pull here. Gonna give us just a little more resources. A couple more cards though, which is okay. We're gonna save the rest of our diamonds essentially at this point. So we got a couple more. So there is Respin up a little bit. So we built them up a little bit. Light Bearers, essentially, we're just saving everything. We're banking it right now for Ullard, who is coming soon. This one we were building, I think we're building Verk. So Verk we were building. We have 2 there. We have actually 3, but we don't have any food. Plenty of other heroes there. Wilders, again, Respin we are building. We have 1, 2, Pippa is already maxed out. We have Pippa there at 5 stars. So we will actually go ahead and use that copy with our Pippa. And since I got double Ardens, we will go with Ira. There we go. Got him up to Legendary. So once we get, I think we need 1 more copy. Yep, we have 1 there. So 1 more copy, we can take him to Legendary Plus. We already have a copy here of Ogie, so we can actually take him up to Mythic. With that, and then just a couple more copies. So once we get the reset, we'll be able to build him, which is very, very cool. If they stargaze for Rigby, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's funny. Some of the stargazing. Is Joker all right with only with 30, 3 of 9? Yes. Zorathian, the 3 of 9 furniture is really all that he needs, especially if you're not running him together with Queen, because that gives him a little bit of a bonus. About the question earlier, Hippo. What's that, Poa? Would I lose a lot if I don't have enough diamonds or Stargazer cards to get Mortis for my other account? Because all these, while I've been using Cecilia, Twins, Eron. No, I mean, any hero, Poa, is not a game breaker. If you don't have Mortis, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. You're not going to be put out in the Abyssal Expedition because you don't have Mortis. When you run with some guilds such as casuals, of course, the expectation there is you have all of the heroes you need to, really top tune with the heroes. But overall, even if you don't have them, this Abyssal Expedition, and you know what? Honestly, Poa, we don't even know if he's going to be used. So he was used a lot of the formations last time. This Abyssal Expedition, because Lilith changes it so drastically from one to another, it might even be, you might not even use them, essentially. So you never even know. You might not build him and not even regret it for a minute, because essentially there's nothing that they used for him for anyways. What's going on, Argonox? Is Joker plus 30 worth it? Kevin, yes. The Joker with the plus 30 is worth it. I know we have him pretty close right now. It's a decent buff. So when you look here, after using his ultimate ability, the AoE range of normal attacks is increased for 7 seconds and it deals 20% additional damage. This is increasing the duration to 15 seconds. So essentially, after using his ultimate ability, he can keep this up more than once. So as long as he ults within those 15-second time frame a second time, it'll keep the AoE effect up on the normal attacks, which is good because he goes front line. He goes right up to the front line. How to deal 240 tower for Maulers. I have Entendre, Missu Sophia, Chicken Titus, Ascended. Yeah, Ash, it's very, very tough. When it comes to the tower, Mauler towers usually always lack every other towers. It is very, very tough to get there, especially the 240 stage that you're on. You have to level out of it. I'm not sure if Kren is going to. See if you can murk somebody, Ash, but it might work if you can murk a high-level hero. But essentially, I just had to level out of it to get through there. It is exactly what I needed to do. The Mauler Tower, because of the limited heroes that are in there, I essentially just had to level out of it. It is essentially what it took. So Kalthar, we still have copies. We're building Torn right now, which there we just need food. So we need quite a bit more food. Have a lot of heroes, but then Torn will be maxed out as soon as we get a little bit more fodder. And even here we have 4 that's ascended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. So even if we get more copies of Kalthar, we can use that as food because we have him at 5 stars. And of course we have Orthos. Didn't pull another copy of him, but that's okay. We're building Athalia right now as well. Mortis in there, and then of course all the dimensional heroes. I built plus 30 SI on Rowan. Who now next? I'm thinking Twins, Iran, Gwen, or Solus. Monsi, I would go with Solus. Honestly, like I said, especially being earlier game where you're just getting introduced to the heroes with plus 30 signature items or just really building them, I would go ahead and build Solus. Solus will be used for a ton. You'll use Solus a ton in the Twisted Realm as well until you get Grez built, when you get his signature item, when you get his furniture down the line. But right now, Solus. Solus will be the one that you want to build. Build out the twins as well because they go really good combination together. Lightbearer Tower is so sad. Do you think a new hero is enough to help? Yes, absolutely. The new hero is going to help push the Lightbearer Tower. I absolutely agree. So here, wish list right now is staying the same. We dropped Respin in there. We have Kren in there. We just need more furniture. All of these heroes need the 3 of 9. We only have 2 in there, or 3 in there that have the 3 of 9. And even Pharrell, I would take 9 of 9. Isolde and Lucretia, I would take 9 of 9. So we're still good. Still good on here. Who do I make plus 30 from Dimensionals? I have Eins. If you already have Eins, I would go Albedo. Albedo is going to buff Eins. Albedo is going to protect Eins. Very, very strong. We've got, I think, a mythic piece there, which is for Kren. So another piece for Kren. Very nice. And back-to-back mythic pulls. Boom, we got a piece for Thorin. Very, very good pulls there. We need to get some cards on the table. We've been using a lot of them. All right, so another mythic one there, which is Oden. So we're leveling them up pretty evenly, which is good. Remember, every 3 pulls, just like normal summons, will give us the furniture we're looking for. So another mythic piece. Hopefully it's going to be 2. It is 1 more for Kren. So that gives us quite a bit. Gives us a card on the table as well. So we'll go ahead. We'll optimize our heroes here. So 2 pieces to Oden. We still only have 1 to Flora, but that takes Kren from 0 to 2. So we're not going to waste these. Remember, guys, the cards on the table are specifically for using when you have heroes 6 of 9, 7 of 9, 8 of 9. Using those specifically. I've been playing for AFK Arena for a while on a free account, where like I'm grinding, not getting anywhere. Big thing, Blue, is it will just take time. That's the big thing with AFK Arena. It is an AFK Arena game. The only way that you can really make progression faster is with money. Since you are free to play, you're not going to be putting anything into it. So again, it is just going to take time. Make sure you're doing your dailies. Make sure you're doing the weeklies. Any events, the tower, going through PvP, making sure the bounty board is done. Just going through and making sure, again, everything is completely done. So here we got our daily chest, which is awesome. Gives us a lot of resources there. Boom, 600 gems there. And of course, red chests every day, which is what we like to see. So we got 4 cards there for rest spend. A little bit more loot. And then of course the dimensionals are going to be gone. They alert us all the time. And Kren's already built. We're pretty good there. I'm not sure what we got in the Noble Society. I think that might be another summon. 2,400 there. Might be able to do one more. What VIP level? 15, Nabel. We are at 15 now. Is the new Lightbearer worth, is for the AE bosses? It might be. It might be Argonox because of the immunity, which if you're really pushing a solid team, it might ultimately be that the new Lightbearer hero is going to be definitely used for the new Abyssal Expedition. Only time will tell. We don't even know what the boss is going to look like, but overall, the ability to essentially make heroes immune is going to be very strong. We don't know if they've even changed any of the relics. So if there's ever been anyone changed, should we go with plus 30 Eins before about it? Yes, absolutely go with Eins. Oh, congratulations, Pixel. Pixel got Arthur. Arthur is an absolute monster tank. We've said this from the beginning. Arthur is probably one of the best, if not the best tank there is in AFK Arena. Super strong tank. Face to face, him and Scrag are super strong because they have the damage mitigation. He has a shielding, he has a healing with his plus 30 signature item. Very strong tank overall. A battle to 30 over Ascended Taylene. Got Rowan Max and Eins Max. Could do Solus. If you're going that way, I would do 30 to Taylene. Yeah, if you have Taylene, got Rowan Max, Eins Max. Could do Solus. If you're using Solus for the Twisted Realm, I would go Solus. A lot of people kind of downplay the Twisted Essence that comes from the Elder Tree. This is very powerful. And I really want to show you. So here, even looking, so one level here, look at the stats here. Look at the heroes. So right here, we have a huge list of heroes that we use. Hit points, 9.8%, attack 12.6, defense 9.8. That's for every single hero here. Now, when I take my celerity heroes into the Abyssal Expedition, the trees come over, the signature items come over, the furniture comes over. That is a monster boost when it comes to the stats that you're bringing to the Abyssal Expedition, and the stats you're bringing to the teams themselves is huge. So essentially for an Abyssal Expedition, like let's say the sorcery, I will drop the sorcery, put all of the points into the celerity tree to boost it up as high as I can. That way when I run a celerity team comp in the Abyssal Expedition, the stats are way higher, which is awesome. Who to stargaze for, Alna or Lucretia? I would go Lucretia. Lucretia would be my first choice for stargazing. Super powerful all by herself. Who do I do? 30, Isolde, Sophia, Damon, or Titus? Isolde or Damon would be the two out of there that I would definitely do first. Probably Isolde, because I know Damon will do well even with a plus 20 signature item. Isolde with his plus 30 makes a very big difference because he can't be controlled, which is very strong for Isolde. So out of Isolde and Damon, I would probably do Isolde first just because of how powerful it is. Should I save scrolls for the new Lightbearer? Yes, I would. I would recommend saving the scrolls. If you can get a couple copies of him, might make a real big difference when it comes to the Abyssal Expedition. Made it chapter 32 in a year is free to play. Yeah, Yeah, Ahmad, that is definitely decent. Any progression you make is free to play. Very, very tough. It free to play just takes a lot longer. Like I said earlier, the big thing here is you can push progression a lot faster if you're putting money into the account, but free to play does just take a specifically longer. Why do I not have in the shop? Oh, Pat, are you talking about the heroic ship? So the heroic ship is unlocked in here. All of these from the heroic ship are unlocked through the Field of Stars. So I believe it is right here. When you have 10 Ascended Heroes, unlocks Hero Growth Bundles, Pat. That will allow you to have access to the heroes. Until you have your 10 Ascended Heroes, you won't have access to them. Any tips on ABEX? Great day. I'll come out with some guides. We'll run through it when it comes up on the test server. So when I can get into the Abyssal Expedition on the test server, just stay tuned, Great Day. Because again, we don't know what the new Abyssal Expedition is going to look like. We're going to have to see. You can go in there, you can push your best effort, do your best. Again, we don't know what the new one is going to look like. So that's what's going to be kind of the difference with the Abyssal Expedition, is we don't know what it looks like. We don't know if they redid the relics, which they did in the last one. We have to see exactly what it looks like. My opinion on Damon. I love Damon. Damon is such a very, very cool hero, and he is super, super strong, especially with his signature item, his furniture. We built him. He can carry by himself. Since he's been released, everybody's been building him. As a tank class, he is, again, super, super strong. Is it worth getting? Yeah, Arthur, definitely Pixel is worth getting Arthur. I absolutely love Arthur. Might have to give them 100 for him. Lucretia going to be good for a long time. Yeah, she's already been a smoker, so Lucretia has already been kind of a meta. She can kill teams by herself. Her furniture makes her way, way stronger, but essentially she can kill teams by herself with the ability she has. It is really broken. In PvP, we've seen her use. PvE, we see her use. The Abyssal Expedition, she can kill teams by herself, which again is kind of crazy. Very, very, very strong. Who's Stargazer next after Taylene? I have Mythic Twins and now building Taylene. I would probably go, honestly, Monty, I would go with Lucretia. Lucretia would be my build after Taylene. So essentially what players are doing for the Stargazing is building twins. So again, taking twins to Mythic is a priority because nobody else has the power that they do. Super, super powerful, very unique hero that is used. Once the twins are done, either players are going for Taylene, which again, super powerful hero, or a lot of them are just going to Lucretia and building her. So either or, even if you run the twins with Lucretia, very, very strong. I recommend building Taylene first, but I know a lot of players are going with her first, which is very, very strong as well. Do I think Mizoth is worth building? Yes. So on the accounts that I have used Mizoth, he is a super, super powerful tank. He has a crowd control. And the big thing is when he crowd controls, they won't attack the crowd control enemy. So essentially, you're taking them out of the battle. So they'll kill the rest of the team. Well, Mizoth runs around. He's very tanky. He does a ton of damage. He is very, very tough to kill if you've ever fought him. Mizoth is very, very strong. He is a hero I haven't built either that I definitely want to. Same with Zolrath. Zolrath is one of the biggest pain in the butt heroes when you fight him, especially in the campaign or fighting him in the Labyrinth. Absolutely tough to defeat. Is it essential to get Damon 9 of 9? 3 of 9 is good, Poa. If you're taking Damon to 3 of 9, that is good enough because that's a big addition. But again, big thing here is having the 3 of 9. 3 of 9 with him makes a big difference because this is what increases the damage, allowing him to do a ton of damage. I spent a long time buying copies of Shamira and Arthur. I did buy both Eins and Albedo and Joker and Queen. Yeah, very, very strong heroes. Allard needs 9 of 9 for the immunity, or maybe can work without the fortitude. So the only thing he does 9 of 9 Smoker is it gives the immunity to the entire team. That's really the big benefit. So even under there, he is going to provide an immunity to the farthest most hero on the enemy side. And he also does have this shield for himself. But 9 of 9 is the immunity for the entire team. We could definitely be a game changer. How good is Flora? Flora is really strong. Big thing with Flora is there's specific team comps that she needs to be built. Essentially, any hero that can buy her time to keep her up in the air, Flora has to be up in the air. Once she comes down, she's dead. It's pretty much game over for her. So you need a team of 4 heroes that can help Flora stay in the air, essentially. How do you get the animated avatars? They come from the ship. So the animated avatars we have here, they come from the ship, the heroic ship. Getting a hero ascended within 60 days are the avatar frames, the animated avatars. Can you use Tassie instead of Mahira? Yes, you can. That's the cheaper version of the God tier comp. Running Tassie instead of Mahira. Best Solus teams. Solus is a hero that needs reworked. Not many people run Solus. Just for the simple fact, like I've said before, the Floral Spectre dies way too early. If you don't keep the Floral Spectre up, it really mitigates her damage. The Floral Spectre usually dies in a hit. She needs a rework or a buff or something that would make her really, really effective. But overall, right now, again, it just she dies out way too early. That's what I dislike about her is she dies out very, very early. And without that Floral Spectre, it really mitigates her damage. I wouldn't say unstuffed optimal. Have you tried Nakaruru at plus 30? Yes, Nakaruru is amazing at plus 30. If you guys have seen my Insomnia account, I have Nakaruru completely maxed out. I have her furniture. I have her plus 30 signature item. She can lock down groups of heroes very, very quickly, which when it comes to a crowd control hero, having her built is very strong. When we built this account, it was relatively new. I believe it was when Yukio was just about to leave. So we bought all of them. I just haven't had time to build them. We built Eins, we built out Beto, we built out Arthur. Queen we got built a little bit. Nakaruru is very, very strong as well. I have Legendary Khazard and Lucretia focusing on Wilders. Which one should I build first? Out of those two, I would go with Lucretia. I would absolutely go with Lucretia building first. Got Rowan 3 of 9 and Mythic for... No, Rowan is not worth 9 of 9. If you got Rowan, 3 of 9 is really all that he needs. Essentially, between 3 of 9 and 9 of 9, you're adding a 0.2% heal over time over 15 seconds. It is not going to be a game changer. It is not worth getting him to 9 of 9. It's not worth the benefit. For the cost of the cards, there's no reason to. What do you think of the new heroes are when we had Overloan and Persona 5? What do you think the new... What do you mean? GG? A sad thing about Eculard is the 9 of 9 requirement. I need 4 of 6 months to get this. Yeah, I honestly, Smoker, as a player, especially a low spender, I wouldn't even bother building him. I would build him up. I would put him in the wish list, just like a lot of other heroes that I have here. Just put him in the list. If you really want to build a hero, drop him in the wish list here. It might take a lot of time, but you'll get him built up eventually, and it just takes time, honestly. Is it worth the Camp Crystal 331, 374 because of the Twisted Realm floor groups? No, X burns my heart. They changed that. They changed a lot of the floors. Even now, I just go right through the Twisted Realm. Even with the groupings, they've adjusted a ton of the Twisted Realm floors. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it to stay essentially on the floor you're at. to hinder your progression to make a little bit more essence. But a lot of the times you won't make any more essence because now they put more heroes in each gap and they change the Twisted Realm floors. I used to stop there, but there's no reason to anymore. I personally would have no issues dropping bucks on Ninja Turtles. Nice. Oh, you're welcome, Bullclaws. I run Joker and Queen. People keep telling me they don't like, but I've heard tremendous success. They do run together, Chris. So if you look at Joker and Queen, even the abilities of Joker, they do run together. Right here, if Queen is in the formation, it's going to make a difference with how his crowd control is affected. And essentially, Queen's ability can trigger Joker's ability. That's really why they do go together. His all-out attack can be triggered by the crowd control that she does. So she honestly just needs to be built. She's a little bit situational for some of those, but having up her shield, she is here not for damage. She is here for crowd control. That is really the main thing with Queen. Being the warrior class, she is crowd control, which again will trigger Joker's abilities, increasing his survivability, is why they go together so well. What are the new level requirements? So I believe for the Fabled Realm, I believe it is 407 now. It used to be 390. It was like 393. So the Fabled Realm puts everybody in Legendary kind of against each other, and it's based on level. So essentially with the Fabled Realm, and I'm sure there's a couple of you that are that far, your player level has to be, current level is 660. Right now to be in the Fable Realm, you have to be, I believe it's 405 or 407 before you get into the Fabled Realm. So you do have quite a bit of time, and the Fable Realm is always moving. Like I said, it was at one point, it went a little bit higher. It continues to level as players level up. The Fable Realm will continue to adjust. Russman and the new Lightbearer. I think the new Lightbearer is a total game changer. Yes. Elemental, I absolutely agree with you. He is going to be a game changer. It's going to be very, very cool. I can get all 5 to 20. At least my Nomura can get to 220, but that dust. Yeah, and they do it on purpose. So the hero essence, even here, I'm at level 387, still waiting on the hero essence that Ed is waiting for at level 200. That never changes, Ed. If you have enough hero essence, you're going to be lacking EXP. If you have enough EXP, you're going to be lacking hero essence, which is essentially the point of AFK Arena, or the natural stopping point of progression. They do it on purpose, Ed. What new hero you think the game really needs? I would like to see a couple more support heroes. I want to see a support dimensional is really my thought. What's your opinion on Iran? Iran is still primary formation. I run Iran in my formations here. We actually have them in a couple different ones. So Iran has always been in the formations for the Wilders and continues to be in the formations. I have him almost completely built, which him and the Wilders, they can hold their own. Him and Leica absolutely still destroying through the entire game. Players in Chapter 39, even Endgame, still use the same. 405 comes in the next... Yeah, 405 to 407 is about where the Fabled Realm is right now. So I did get my Brutus to 220. Yeah, Brutus is good. Brutus is definitely... what is the new company that will deal with AFK Arena when we had Overlord and Assassin's Creed and Persona 5? Oh, yeah, GG. So right now they've talked about SNK with the Prince of Persia is going to be, I believe, the new one that they're going to do a collaboration with. The Prince of Persia has actually been in AFK Arena for quite a bit of time. I don't know if they've went through a bunch of different things, but the Prince of Persia, the main hero, I'm not sure his name, from the Prince of Persia has been in here. I don't know what they have slated for collaborations in the future, but that one's just been kind of hanging out there for probably about a year now. So it might not even come to fruition with them actually building out the Prince of Persia. What is the highest resonating crystal that I've seen? 660, the beast. So that is where it goes. If you look at a couple heroes, they are completely maxed out. There's a lot of players that have everybody maxed out, which is kind of crazy to see. But yes, there are heroes that have everybody maxed out. Even looking here, a majority of the heroes, especially Champions Halls, they have most heroes maxed out, which I don't even think this, but even if you go to a different region. So let's go to region 1. There we go. So everything's maxed out. Even the Elder Tree 121. Elder Tree's maxed out. Every single level is maxed out short of the Mage. But then when you look here, pretty much everything's maxed out when it comes to later chapters, especially people in 38, 39. Gorvo or almost good tanks? Gorvo. Gorvo is a very, very good tank. What's going on, Andrew? Gorvo is a absolute amazing tank with his shields. Very, very strong. He is very, very, very good. I amassed a lot of resources while waiting to raise them, and I thought if I had more, but I had less than 10k essence. Yeah, the essence just goes slow. It just goes very, very slow. I barely got 25k today, and I already ran out. Yep, and that's it. That's exactly how it's built, Ed. It'll go really, really slow with the essence. Even here, for instance, I know we've talked about this before. So here's the store. So I buy out the essence. I buy out the Poe coins. Pick up some of the gold, which is good. We refresh the shop. I buy the essence. I buy the Poe coins. We'll buy some of these. We go through. We refresh the shop. I buy the essence. Pretty much until I run out of gold. Some of these I already have banked, so we're good there, but we'll refresh one more time. We'll buy the essence. Poe coins we'll get by the end of the day. So now our essence is at 31 of 36. And that's essentially how we've been building essence. I do the resets 4 times a day in the shop, which consumes a couple hundred diamonds, but the progression there is what we're looking for. Gaining the levels is essentially where we're at with the essence. So essentially, we're at 36, so we're almost there. We just need a little tiny more, which we'll get out of the bounty board. We'll go to 388, and then we'll be out of gold. So it'll be kind of either or. But right there, I mean, even with 4 refreshes, we're getting, what, 500? We're getting 2,500 a day. That's coming out of here. And then coupled with the bounty board, we're getting usually a couple hundred in here. We're getting some more here. And then, of course, the AFK Arena rewards, we get them out of here. We get them out of fast rewards. Every single day is just the cycle of getting more essence. I have Sophia, Brutus, Nemesis Ascended. What other heroes in the Maulers? Sophia, Brutus, Scrag. Scrag is a monster. He is one of the first heroes you definitely want to build, especially with his furniture. Scrag is a monster. And then, of course, Titus. Titus is the other one. Titus is one of the few heroes on the Mauler teams that have crowd control. He can actually go in there with his, I think it's Battle Howl, that goes in there and can actually fear heroes, which is good. And he makes them flee for 5 seconds. And he does it in an AoE. So if he's in a group of enemies, they'll run everywhere, which is awesome for the Maulers. Maybe Ezio back with the Prince of Persia because both are from the same company. Yeah, possibly. Possibly we could see. I have a 2-star Wukong. Yeah, Wukong is good. Again, we're building up Wukong here little by little. He's almost maxed out there. What's going on, Faded? Yeah, they yeah, depending where you're at, Ed, because if you're lower, I refresh, especially earlier game, if you refresh once, quick rewards. So the quick rewards I use 3 times a day. So we do the 50 diamonds, the 80 diamonds, the 100 diamonds. It's based on VIP level. If you guys checked out the video in there from Vulcan did a really good video on the fast rewards. If you're essentially VIP level 1 through, I think 6, it's worth doing it for 50 diamonds. If you're roughly 7 through, I think like 12 or 7 through 13, it's worth it doing twice. If you're VIP 14 or higher, it's worth doing it 3 times. And they base it on twice the return of the diamonds is what you want to look for. So again, based on VIP level, because remember, the items you get out of VIP level, the big thing here is AFK gold increased, experience increased, which is the really big thing, is you're getting the bonus on top of the bonus for doing the fast rewards, essentially. As a new player, do I just put my gems in normal summons? Yes. Smile Freak, absolutely put the gems into normal summons. Brutus or Chicken to ascend? Grant, I would go with, honestly, Brutus has the immunity. Chicken has to have the furniture. So Skarath has to have his 3 of 9 furniture. If he does not have his 3 of 9, Skarath is absolutely pointless. He doesn't do anything without the crowd control aspect. So you definitely need to build him. So if you're going with Skarath, you have to go ahead and get his furniture, is essentially. Right now I'm running Joker, Queen, Tailene, Rowan, and Rustspinner Thorn, all mythic. Is that a good class? Yeah, I mean, that's good. They'll work and they'll run you through a lot of the game, Chris. I need an account for AFK Arena. I got hacked. You'll just have to restart Fabled. That's exactly. A lot of people just have to restart. Should I get the new hero or Gwen help a poor drunk? Braden, I would go, depending on your team comp, the new hero is not going to work without other heroes. So the new hero, Ullard, is very, very strong, but he is going to work probably, I would say, in more specific team comps. Gwen works with Arthur. Gwen works with Hendrik. There's a lot of combinations where Gwen is going to work. Gwen works well with Joker. Gwen, you can also use in the Lightbearer Tower. I think depending who you have, I would probably build Gwen. Depending where you're at, Braden. Rose is good too, but I don't see Rose really in many team comps. And I don't really use Rose that much outside of usually the Twisted Realm or somewhere like that. So I mean, honestly, out of those, I would go with Gwen. Gwen has solid team comps. Ullard, again, will come in time. You are going to have his furniture, where Gwen doesn't quite require the investment that he will either. So I would definitely go that way. My RNG is bad. I can't get a Chimera. Yeah, Chimera is very, very good. Yeah, Chimera, again, we have her built here because of the Twisted Realm. Plus 20 signature item is really as far as you want to take her. But within the Twisted Realm with Dark Namora, she is the #1 go-to for the absolute monster damage that she can do. Sue. Yeah, again, Sue, it really depends with Chimera. She is good. I mean, as you guys just seen earlier in the free-to-play account, I've run her through 28 chapters. So literally, I've run Chimera through 28 chapters. She still does really, really well. She just lacks damage. When it gets to a point, she doesn't do the damage that you need her to do to take down the enemy teams. That's what it kind of gets to. Can you add me on AFK? I think it is full. So we check this every 2 days, guys. It is full. Everyone's been online. If I see anyone that has been here for 2 days, we take them off of the list. So we actually remove them out of the friends list, and we recycle through players. Oh, there's my VIP code. So we won't redeem that right now. That is the VIP code that they give us every month. We get a VIP code, which comes from being VIP 14. Regularly claim exclusive gift codes. So we'll save that gift code for next time. But very, very cool. I need a reset system for signature items. So Smoker, if you guys have seen, that is a possibility. That might be something coming very soon, which, again, if you've seen Vulcan's video a little earlier today, there could be a hero reset or a chest reset, or there could be something. I don't know where it's going to come from yet, but it is in the game. There's a chest which is labeled hero reset. Which again might be coming. It might be to reset signature items. It might be to reset a hero, but essentially that wouldn't make sense. So I think it is going to be a reset for signature items out of a chest, out of an item you get, whatever it may be, Smoker. So it could be coming very, very soon. I know, again, we've talked about that quite a bit. So you might be able to. You might be able to pretty soon. As soon as I get Eins, pretty much use Chimera as an Eins link. Yeah, I did the same. So that's who was linked with my My Eins was Chimera, and it might still be. Yep, still linked to Chimera. Yeah, that's going to be insane. I wish I was up to VIP 14. I'm only at 13. Yeah, it just takes time, Dark. And that's really the big thing. What did the gift codes give you? Usually it's just a little bit of resources. It'll be 10 scrolls or it'll be a little bit of essence. That's really all they've been. There hasn't really been anything big. Is Eins going to come back? Probably not. My professional opinion right now would be probably not. Who is my favorite looking hero? Looking hero, I like how Taylene looks. I love how Alna looks. That is very, very cool. She looks so tough. We're building her gear up as well, as you can see slowly. I do love Aziz as well. It's such a cool hero. They do phenomenal with the artwork, with the character development, the design. That is what really got me hooked to this game. Is there so many cool looking heroes, just so unique, especially with the skins, changing up quite a bit. What's going on, AFK? Raif, I really need dust. Yes, that's the problem right now with everybody. Even here, I need dust as well. Unfortunately, we never ever have enough of it. There's our couple cards that we got. Boom, little bit more food, double food there. Very nice. All right, guys, so that will do it for the stream for today. Where can I get more dust? You can get it out of the shop. You can get it out of the store. A lot of the Peaks of Time offers dust, so make sure the Peaks of Time. The King's Tower offers up some dust. Arcane Labyrinth always offers up some dust. So a lot of different places that you can get them. So guys, again, thank you guys for joining me for the live stream today. Absolutely love live streaming. We usually do Thursdays and Sundays. Sundays we do at 1. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. We've been getting a lot more viewers both on Twitch and we've been getting a lot more viewers on YouTube. We're almost to 15,700. That is right. Creeping up on 16,000 total subscribers for YouTube, which is absolutely amazing. Have a lot of content still coming. We have a lot of the Abyssal Expedition. Remember, it is going to be a complete revamp. This is going to be the beta version that's coming up on the test server in 2 days. So we'll run through and we will check it out and see exactly what it's all about. Looks very, very cool. I want to see the dynamic of making mini teams, mini missions, mini bosses, whatever it may be, will be very, very cool. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me for the stream tonight. Have a good night. And as always, thank you guys for watching.